Okay, welcome back to my attempt at solving the New Yorker cryptic crossword. This is the puzzle for Sunday, October 2nd. Just getting caught up on some of these puzzles, but today's is by Paolo Pasco, a name I'm quite familiar with in the puzzle world. The byline below the puzzle reads, Paolo Pasco is a contributor to the American Values Club Crossword, an assistant crossword editor at The Atlantic, and the author of Crossword Puzzles for Kids. So clearly many bona fides for this constructor. And I feel like I've done some of Paolo's cryptics before, and I recall them being pretty fun and bouncy, so I'm expecting this one to be no different. And with that, I honestly just want to jump in and see what happens. Okay, let's go for it. One across. We have a two-word phrase, 5 letters, 3 letters. Racer maneuvering tracks around Orange County. So there's a couple ways to read this. It's not coming to me just yet, but maybe we're looking for a word that is tracks around Orange County. Um, let's just highlight that. Um, or maybe we're looking for a 5-letter word for 5-letter, 3-letter word for racer. Tracks that are maneuvering. Um, Around Orange County, I mean, I want to say like Bay Area or something. Orange County. It might that actually Orange County might just boil down to OC. Um, yeah. So okay. I want to say these are the letters we're working with. I think we're looking with. Let me just type in here. I think we're looking with tracks, and we're looking for, or we're working with O and C. Oops. We have maneuvering tracks, and we have Orange County, OC. So I think if we start to look at this, I see the word car with RAC, and that's a racer. And there's a 3-letter word that we need right here. So why don't we go ahead and move car over to the end just to see what happens. I'm going to change the C and the S. I'm going to change the O and the A, and then the C and the R. And to me, that already looks like stock car. S and the T and the C. That feels good. This feels right. That is a nice answer for racer. And with that, we can get going. Now that we're on the board, fighting a bird. Okay, 2 and 2. So fighting. Let's think about this. Immediately, I'm thinking that this either has to be an N or a T, just because of the simple fact that there aren't many 2-letter words that start with A. It might be a D, but I don't think so. If it was T for at, we already have the A in the clue right here. That's already given to us. And a bird, a 3-letter word that starts with T is tit. And that brings us to a 2-word phrase, at it, which is obviously a nice way to say fighting. So that feels good. Okay. Suckers turned up to getaway spots. Suckers. Interesting. I want to say, I mean, this is plural. Suckers is both plural, getaway spots is plural. So whatever it is that you're solving for, we're going to have an S at the end, I'm pretty sure. And that makes me think that when you have an S and an S, like this is going to be a 3-letter word in the singular form. There aren't many words in that category. And I mean, getaway spots, this might be like spas. And in fact, if spas is backwards, then you get saps. But I think we're looking to get the getaway spot. So obviously, just choose your direction. It's the P and the A. Saps, suckers, getaway spots, spas. Again, I think this is working really nicely. Let's move on to 8 across, 8 letters. A less than half finished crossword, jerk puzzle. Okay. Okay. A less than half finished crossword, jerk puzzle. So I think we are looking for an 8-letter word for puzzle. And because we already have the A here. Remember, when you see a random letter in a clue, it might be just time to take it as is. And that works right here. A and A. Less than half finished. Crossword. A less than half finished crossword. Jerk. What's a smaller word for jerk? Yank, tug. Maybe like the sort of negative connotation, which is to say like a mean person. I'm not sure. This is fun though. Let's move on. Let's come back to this. I think we can get it with a couple more letters. Some apartments and houses for chickens. Not kitchens. Houses for kitchen. I did it again. Houses for chickens. Those are coops. And I think some apartments are co-ops. So there you go. This is a pretty classic double definition. And when you see the word and, that kind of to me just means that you can kind of slice this clue right down the middle. We're looking for some apartments and we're looking for houses for chickens. There really isn't much more to it than that. I mean, I know Cryptic Crossword's going to have a very strange look when you first look at them, but they're really not all that insane when you know how to read them. And I'm hoping that these videos are helping with that. Let's try this. Mr. Cheadle devoured gift. 7 across, 6 letters. We already have an O and we have a T. Well, Mr. Cheadle, let's just go left from right. Mr. Cheadle, that is Don Cheadle, great actor. Devoured, I'm going to say a 3-letter word for devoured. Let's go with 8. That spells donate, which is a 6-letter word for gift in the verb sense, which is nice. How about the 6 down, R-E? Read out. So immediately, out is going to suggest that it's an anagram of read. And we already have an RE. Read out recipe, substituting pepper for hint of time. Oh, I see. Okay. What I actually misspoke. Out is not signaling that this is an anagram. We're actually looking for a 6-letter word for read out, and we have recipe already. So let's actually put recipe in. I want to show how this clue works. But if we substitute pepper, which is a P right here, if you see a salt shaker, a pepper shaker, pepper grinder, they generally say S and P. So some constructors will take those nouns and just boil them down to their first letter. So we have pepper here, but let's substitute pepper for a hint of time. And I think a hint of time is pretty easy to clue in as a T. Recite is definitely a word for read out. 11 across, 5 letters. Long part of an arrow, short part of a sword. Okay, that's interesting. I mean, this is a very literal answer. Uh, there's not much to it. I think the answer is simply shaft. I never really made that connection before, but it's nice. I love puzzles that give you that different perspective. Yeah, of course. Long part of an arrow, short part of a sword. I mean, they're different sizes to begin with, and it's all relative, but it's a nice turn of phrase, and I think this is a lot of fun. Okay, a less than half finished crossword. Well, okay. Hmm. Let's go with let's go with crossword. If we just don't finish the word crossword, we just have cross, and that's less than half finished. I mean, if you you know, how many letters is this? 9. If we were to take the full half, that would be 2 S's. That would be 5, which is 5/6 in terms of the amount of letters, which is more than half. So we want less than half. So we just want these. And then jerk, it was actually, I was on the right track with yank and tug. It's we're gonna go with tick for acrostic, which is definitely a type of crossword puzzle. One I'm not actually all that familiar with as a format. I just don't really gravitate towards them, but they're definitely fun, and there are some very, very talented constructors who love this format. So maybe I should use this as a you know a reminder that there are a lot of really cool puzzles out there, and acrostics are one of them. Okay, laugh interrupting Andrew Lloyd Webber musical is dramatic release. Um, okay, well, I'm not the best at my musicals, but I do think he did Cats. We have cat right here, and we're going to interrupt it. I mean, if we were going to put the S here, we're not going to do that just yet because we're going to interrupt it with a laugh. And let's just, I don't know, H-A-A. Um, um, har, because okay, I think this is catharsis. Um, and if we work procedurally, I think the last 2 letters of this answer is right here. So if we actually just put right there, and we're gonna have the S from cats somewhere else. Uh, Obviously, um, a laugh is not a has, but it is a har, and cats is right here. Har is interrupting that cats, and then they just give you is right there for a dramatic release. So nice. Okay, 2 down. Heart decal with top scraped off. Hmm. Heart decal with top scraped off. A decal, I want to say, is a sticker. And if you take the top off of it, you get ticker. You just take the top letter off of sticker. And because that this is an up and down clue, you can actually just sort of pretend that the S is right here above the T because it says top. The top of this clue is scraped off. So that's fun. Okay. Passes over. Spikes in reverse without energy. Okay. Without energy immediately means we're going to be removing, without means we're removing. And energy in any equation generally is just the letter E. I hope I'm not a mathematician or a scientist by any means, but I think generally E is energy. And we have an E in spikes. We also have a K and a P and an S, so immediately I'm just looking at this word right here. So if we get rid of the letter E in spikes and then reverse it, we get skips. And that is a word for passes over. Okay, class where some learn to steer through old river sediment. Okay. Let's Let's slow this down a second. Okay, class, where some learn to steer through old river sediment. Old river sediment. Or it's just river sediment. Class, where some learn to steer. I mean, 7 and 2. I'm inclined to say. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, through. Through is, I think, the word that we're looking for here. Class where some learn to steer. I think we have DRI. That is, I think, just we're talking about cars here, and we already have stock cars, so we kind of already know what Mr. Pasco is sort of interested in. And I think we're just going with driver's ed. And if you see the word through here, that shows us these 9 letters: DRIVERSED. That word through is really key. Let's put that in. Okay, dairy products. Cream? I don't know. And bit of egg added to jam. Okay, well, this is a really clever clue because egg and jam, I mean, that they're making you, like, those words conjure up breakfast in my mind. But I don't think we are looking for jam as in, like, you know, like jelly, like PB&J. I don't think that's what we're doing. I think we're going for another word for jam with a bit of egg. And a bit of egg is just E. And we have an E already. So what is a 4-letter word for jam that has an R in the second letter? And we already think it was cream. And I think if we just go back to cream as an answer, we get cram. Cram plus the letter E, that spells cream. Sometimes I didn't even finish reading the clue, but it already sort of screamed at me. And I don't know if that's just practice or I'm doing so many that was redundant, but these things just get easier and easier as you do them. Okay, 14 down. Herd. So we're going to be a homophone here. Herd, pack animals, wines. Pack animals. Wines. A pack animal is a mule. And then a wine, as in like a cat, I think we're going with mule in that way, which is really fun. I love this word. I have a cat, and she definitely mules. Okay, last, 18 across, we have an 8-letter clue here. Last of aliases adopted by writer CS, adopted by poet Cummings, if not. Wow. Okay. How do we even begin here? Well, we have writer CS. That's C.S. Lewis. And we actually have the W and the I and the S here, so that's interesting. And then poet Cummings. That's E.E. Cummings, if I am recalling my poets correctly. So, last of aliases. Aliases makes me think the last letter of aliases is an S. Adopted by writer CS, that's Lewis. So it's S plus Lewis plus EE. If not, I think that might be what we are looking to define here. Wow, this is tricky. Okay, let's try it. Hmm. Let's try and put in Lewis. L, then we have E. This letter is going to be adopted by Lewis, and then adopted by E.E. Cummings. So we're going to have containers within containers. So maybe actually EE is on the end. So let's switch these around. Oops, that's an L. I think this is an E. Just to be clear, we have a container within containers, kind of like those nesting dolls. We have EE containing Lewis, and then we have the last of aliases. So I think it's just like that. Elsewise, if not, that's like it's amazing, incredible. Yeah, it's amazing that we were able to figure this out because it's just absolute nonsense. And to think that these tiny little words right here are what we were trying to define. Excuse me. Very, very, very clever. Okay, get into broken cases. So we're going to break cases. Inserting the head of crowbar. So the head of crowbar is a C. We've been doing this throughout this puzzle and in other puzzles, so I think it's pretty clear that we're just going to take that C, and let's put the letter C in CASES to make 6 letters total. That's 5 letters. That's 6 letters. Sorry, 5 letters plus another letter makes 6. Let's break them. Let's try it. Cases is spelled like this, and then we're going to add another C, and let's just start moving things around. Get into. Well, I see some combo letters like CC and SS. Let's just switch the S and this. Let's switch the S and the C. Let's switch the S and the C again. And then let's switch the A and the C. It spells access, which is a word for get into. Okay. Let's get into this bottom clue here. 20 across. 4 and 4. Maybe something like sidestep. I don't know. Old-timey hangout turf. Okay. A small high school. Dance in the 50s. A small high school dance. A high school dance in the 50s. What are they called? I'm just like, my head is in my hands right here. Like a sock hop? Maybe it's just hop. Old-timey hangout. Because we have A and then small. Well, that's an S. So I'm inclined to think that this is an A because we're working procedurally. So this S means that matches with this S small and S. Beside small is A, so let's just match the clue here, A and S. Now this looks like soda. Turf could be sod. And then hop, soda shop. Wow. Okay. Yeah, this is so clever because um, when I think soda shop, I think like Pop Tates um, in Archie comics, which yeah, also in the 50s. It's just there's so many layers to this clue that just feels really good. An old timey hangout is definitely a soda shop. We have sod plus a small hop. Wow, great. Michael Morbius's inner monster seen on screen. Okay, I don't know who Michael Morbius is. That just seems like nonsense to me. It's definitely Morbin time on this clue. Inner monster makes me think we're going to take a word inside. So let's just do some quick scanning here. We have Urs, we have Enon, we have uh, Elmo. Monster seen on screen. Well, that's convenient. Hawks picking up source of mammal sense. Excuse me. Okay. Well, sense is definitely smells, but the source of mammal is M. We have that M right here, and then I think what we're just trying to do is find how the rest of this entry makes hawks. But I think hawks we're not looking up. We're not thinking of hawks in the term of like birds. We're thinking of them in terms of like selling something, like going to a pawn shop, hawking it. So hawks is cells plus the letter M. That's the source of mammal, and that makes sense. Smells. So we can just go ahead and put that in. Okay, we're on the home stretch here. Working feudal subject. Erected city in California. Okay. Hmm. I think we're looking for a city in California. 6 letters. Working feudal subject. S and F. That makes me think surf, as in the feudal subject. So let's. Oh, and it's erected. Um, hmm, okay, okay. Erected in the up and down sense makes me think we're going to be pushing it upwards, as in like we're building upwards as a building. We're erecting it. And working, I think that just becomes on. The machine is on, it's working. And then if we put surf upwards, that spells Fresno, which is absolutely a city in California. We're already starting to see kind of a little bit about this constructor's sort of interests. We have the Orange County and we have the Fresno. So those little connections. I don't know anything about this constructor, but fun to see little connections. Okay, we're almost done here. Attacked mixed beats. Let's just we have ESE. We have ESE. Like the letters are already in beats, and let's mix them to get a 5-letter word for attacked. What are we missing? We're missing a T and we're missing a B. Obviously, that doesn't make anything to seb, but to beset is definitely to be attacked. So very simple, very clean, but tons of fun. Okay, team without a pitcher to fill the position on a short-term basis. Well, team without A. We have, I think it's pretty clear what the answer is, but let's just go through it. Team without A, we are going to get rid of the letter A in team. So that just is TEM. And if we just put TEM in plus a pitcher is P, that'll give us temp, a position on a short-term basis. I am happy to put that letter in, and I think we should be getting that lovely sign that we enjoy so much. Congratulations, you completed the puzzle in 28 minutes, 43 seconds. Really, really fun. A little on the easy side, I will say, but there were definitely some clues in there that were pretty galaxy brain. I think, in particular, this one, Elsewise, was just like chef's kiss, super fun. I loved it. Um, and what's so fun about this puzzle is that I feel like it's one that you know people who haven't done cryptics before might actually be able to uh, get on the board in. And I find just, you know, getting even one or two in a cryptic puzzle um, was enough for me when I was starting out to feel like I was actually making progress. It starts with one, it starts with two. Oh, I think that actually might be this. Suddenly you're getting three or four, and you know, flash forward to here we are, where I'm making videos about solving cryptic crosswords. I am all self-taught, so if this kind of thing interests you, you can absolutely do it yourself. And a puzzle by Paolo Pasco is an absolutely great way to start because, as you see, this is just so bright and lots of fun, and it's not overly complicated, but it feels gettable, feels fair, and I think there's a lot of really creative language being used here. So all in all, an A+ puzzle, and super fun to solve it. So thank you for watching, and I hope you'll tune in to the next time.